Hello, everyone. We are getting ready to go live with our guests. So we're waiting for them to get hooked in and joined in. So just give us a few minutes as we get ready to go live.
Great. Well, it looks like we've got a few more people with us.
That's wonderful. Hello. So welcome to Beauty is Your Business LinkedIn Live. And today we are coming to you all from around the world. So that's rather exciting. We've got some great guests and we are talking about all things Cosmoprof.
Yeah.
It's the roundup of all the latest trends and news from Cosmoprof. We know many people weren't able to attend this year. And even if you were able to attend, getting to those 34 pavilions and seeing everything is always very challenging. So on today's roundup, we're planning on unpacking all of the news and trends from Cosmoprof Bologna. And we have a couple of guests with us today that I'd like to introduce. But before I do that, I would like to welcome my co-host to Beauty is Your Business, Jessica Quick. Welcome, Jessica.
Hey, Denise, this is pretty exciting. We haven't done a LinkedIn Live with the podcast. So super excited to see, to really be able to apply video to this format and to have such unique and fun guests. I'm looking forward to today's conversation.
I am as well. So we have with us two lovely ladies from Beauty Streams. The first is Fernanda Pergato, as well as Eleonora Mazzelli. They're both from Beauty Streams, and you all had just an amazing presentation and display at Cosmoprof Bologna. So we want to make sure to include all of those wonderful trends that you put forth from Cosmoprof. So welcome, ladies.
Hi, Denise. Hi, Jessica. Thank you so much for having us today. And I'm really happy to be with you and to be in this new format. So we are really honored to be your guest today for the roundup of Cosmoprof Worldwide Bologna 2022. I'm calling in from São Paulo, from our branch in Brazil. And we are really, really happy to share some of Beauty Stream's initiatives of Cosmoprof Worldwide Bologna 2022. And let me introduce Eleonora Mazzilli, calling in from our headquarters in Miami.
Hi everyone. Hi Denise and Jessica. Thanks so much for having us. It's such a pleasure to be here. I'm calling in from Miami, from headquarters, and I'm really happy to be sharing some of our latest trends with you today.
I love this. I mean, not only is Cosmoprof Bologna such an amazing way of getting so many people together from around the world, but even just the Roundup and Trends show gets us different people from around the world. So thank you both for joining us, and really, really excited to walk through the trends, what you were seeing, and really the best of Cosmoprof.
Great. So I'm gonna share my screen now, and then maybe we can go off screen, off video, and then you can have a full size from the presentation. So can you all see my full screen? Okay, I think yes. So one second, I just want to confirm that everyone is seeing my screen. Yeah, maybe we can, yeah, okay, I think so. Yeah, so I'm going to put, sorry about that, so technical issues. So yeah, now let's start our presentation for for the first time. Beauty trade show don't only focus on what's happening, but on what's on the future vision of because Cosmo Trends and from Beauty Streams and a collaboration between Beauty Streams and sorry, I'm not sure you're seeing my screen. Can you tell me? Yeah, I'm Did we lose everyone? No? I'm sorry. Can you give a sign that you're seeing my screen? Can you give me a sign you're seeing my screen? Yeah, okay.
Yes, we can
Sorry.
see the screen.
Yeah, I was not sure. Can you switch off my camera, please? Then, yeah, sorry. Yeah. So for the first time, a beauty trade show doesn't only focus on what's happening now, but shares an industry vision of the future. So Cosmotrends Future View 2022-2027 is a strategic roadmap for the beauty industry. So an initiative created by Beauty Streams and proposes a long-term approach examining the trends, the most impactful trends for the future of the market and consumer habits over the next 5 years. So the project is setting up Cosmoprof Worldwide Bologna as a trendsetter show that kicks off the season. So the topic was the focus of the opening of the Cosmo Talks program. So you can see this trend Bologna's website. Our SVP Creative Director, Michael Noti, he presented with a really high-end panel. So I really recommend you to go there and see. You can also find on demand our new campaign that was launched during Cosmoprof Bologna that calls Stop Age Anxiety. Is from our Open Streams Foundation, is the foundation of Beauty Streams. And this is the iconic project that we've been doing for more than 5 years with Cosmoprof Bologna. So it calls Cosmo Trend Report. So here we showed what is happening now, and we had also an installation during the show. So before we start to present the macro trends, I invite you and I invite my colleague Eleonora Mazzilli to give you a quick introduction to Beauty Streams. Eleonora, are you there?
You me? Hi, yes, sorry. Thank you, Fernanda. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, indeed. We will now start with a quick introduction to Beauty Streams. For those of you in the audience who are not familiar with us, Beauty Streams is an American go-to insights platform for the global beauty industry worldwide and the key reference point for strategy, product development, and marketing teams worldwide. Our global team of over 200 industry experts is now located on 5 continents and provides global and local insights that are vital to create on-target and consumer-relevant products. We share our insights via our premium platform at Beauty Streams, as well as through bespoke consultancy services. And Beauty Streams members actually span through 6 continents and includes all types of organizations, from indie to corporate giants, local to international, mass to luxury, and every type in between. Our clients include large beauty corporations like L'Oreal and Estée Lauder, as well as individual brands from luxury like Chanel and Dior, to indie like Milk and Pat McGrath, and all the way to mass market corporation like Procter & Gamble and Unilever, as you can see here. We now work with the whole beauty supply chain, from ingredient suppliers and manufacturers all the way to brands and retailers worldwide. So in case you'd like to have more information about Beauty Streams, we invite you to visit beautystreams.com at our website.
Yes, thanks, Eleonora. And I would like to add to this that, in terms of collaborations, we've been partnering with Cosmoprof Worldwide Bologna for more than 5 years. With them, we launched iconic projects such as Cosmotrends Report, Cosmoprof and Cospac Awards as strategic partners. And this year, the Cosmotrends Future View 2022-2027, which will evolve in 2023. So stay tuned with us. And since 2019, we've been we extended this collaboration to Cosmoprof North America. That is happening from July 12 to 14 in Las Vegas. If you visit the show, come to see us. So now that you have a better understanding of who we are, let's start the core topic. So, as an industry, we have the unique opportunity to bring joy to the lives of many, many individuals. So, the overall theme of Cosmotrends Future View 2022-2027 is joyology. So, Future View 2022 and 2027 is an expression of a joy through human connection and recentering oneself and savoring simple, fleeting moments. So the starting point is the need for the cosmetics industry to repurpose itself not as an expression of superficiality, but as a vehicle for new values and well-being. So under Joyology, our team of international industry experts has defined 5 macro shifts that will shape the beauty sector in the upcoming years. So we've created an especially original installation and video for the Cosmotrends Future View initiative. So the surrealist landscape metaphorically evokes the disparaging, sometimes dramatic, and elements that we face today, shown changing and morphing into a bright, cheerful future panorama of vast open possibilities. So let's watch the video we exclusive developed for the project. Okay, so here are the 5 macro movements that will shape the beauty sector in upcoming years. And we are talking about, under Joyology, of course, is Age of Ethics, and is metaversal living, holistic health, gender freedom, and intersectional individuals. So let's start with Age of Ethics. So rising sustainable and philanthropic values. This movement is centered in the people, the planet, and profit equation. So gender and ethnic equity and systemic regeneration. So ethical behavior is expected of companies and constitutes an important factor for business. So according to a recent consumer survey, 90% of 90% of respondents in the US reported that they would be prompted to boycott a brand for irresponsible business actions, and 56% would stop buying from companies that they believe are unethical. So demands for impactful ethical behavior will continue to gain importance. Meanwhile, vegan, cruelty-free, and fair trade claims will become baseline. So consumers will judge ethical correctness not only by the made in label and origin of products and raw materials, but also by its made by aspect. So the cosmetics consumers seek transparency in labels to assess its environment, and its environmental impact, but they also want to be an integral part of charitable initiatives or projects dedicated to the community. So to feel that they are doing, at the end, the feeling, they want to have that feeling that they are doing their part for the global well-being through their personal purchasing action. So Eleonora, please sum up for us the market opportunities of Age of Ethics.
Sure, thank you, Fernanda. If we focus on this movement, it becomes very relevant to take into consideration the full ecological impact of a product, which includes factors like the carbon footprint, water footprint, and use of renewable energies. It will be also key to calculate the 3Ps equation and find that equilibrium between the 3Ps, which are people, planet, and profit, which translate actually into supporting communities, cherishing the environment, and keeping on developing economically all at once. When it comes to packaging, it becomes very important to invest in refillable, reusable, and 100% recyclable solutions. And overall, well, this movement really invites to focus on true product innovation instead of following every fashion fad. I leave it now, Ben, again to you, Fernanda, to introduce our second movement.
Okay, thank you, Leonora. So let's navigate now into the metaversal living. So worlds of endless opportunities. This movement focuses on digital mirror real, need to switch off, and new forms of togetherness. So while the humanity is running out of physical space and resources, digital reality and the metaverse will represent one of the biggest transformers for fast-moving consumer goods. So worth 46 billion in 2020, the metaverse market size is predicted to reach as much as 800 billion by 2024. So it's right here. And the digital space is indisputably one of the most lucrative business opportunities for fast-moving consumer goods, of course, like cosmetics. So we can foresee that the level of identification with avatars will continue to increase, and therefore the business opportunities to sell virtual goods, and why not also services. So the metaverse expands advertising possibilities and creates more interaction with consumers. As we are now barely entering this stone age of the profound transformation, and brands and corporations will still have opportunities to shape the rules of the digital spaces. This question is not if it will happen, but how it will happen. So how would we like to define the mission of beauty in the age of the metaverse? Because consumers are extremely sensitive to ethical approaches in all aspects of life and therefore digital spaces, it will be key to install values and behavior codes that are inclusive and respectful. Eleonora, please share with us the market opportunities of metaversal living.
Sure, thank you, Fernanda. When it comes to metaversal living, it is really key for the industry to consider investing in a dedicated NFT team that can leverage the full market potential of the digital space. This is a very key opportunity for this digital world to develop metaversal strategy for new advertising, new services, and new ways to really interact with consumers. From a sustainability standpoint, it's very important to support renewable energy programs in order to counterbalance the high amount of electric energy that the metaverse requires. And also, amongst these opportunities, we see developing products that can allow to create looks which are inspired by virtual dimensions and offer to consumers relaxing beauty rituals through also hypersensorial textures that can create moments of escapism, of switch off for consumers to really help them focus on their physical selves. So, well, we now move on to the next macro shift, and I leave the word again to you, Fernanda.
Yeah, there's absolutely a lot to consider to this movement and to this new revolution on the internet. So thanks, Eleonora. So our next macro shift is gender freedom. So breaking free from binary definition is all about letting go of stereotypes, no more gender labeling, and pride in who you are. So gender fluidity and non-binary gender definitions are more than a trend or a fashion fad. So they are inscribed in a profound society shift that can be observed worldwide. So driven by societal and developments in the United States, where an estimated 1.2 million Americans identify as non-binary, making up 11% of the country's LGBTQ plus adult population. So
absolutely,
this is huge, right?
Absolutely, Fernanda. And to this point, I would like to mention also that even in societies which are often described as conservative, like China, the young generations are quickly evolving their point of view on gender definitions. At Beauty Streams, for example, we conducted a survey, a consumer survey, on 1,243 men and women between the age groups of 18 and 28 in China. That was in September 21. Out of which 91 of the respondents believe that the LGBTQ plus community has the right to openly live their lives, and 68% of respondents believe it should be normal for a man to wear makeup. So absolutely, this is totally true.
Yeah, we see great opportunities for this market to grow. So we all know that also, that the non-binary gender definitions come with formulation challenges, right, Eleonora? So brands will need to target individuals rather than genders, as hormonal treatments come with different skin care needs and skin textures, while the differentiation between typically male and female skin is quite straightforward. All the non-binary genders are much more nuanced. So gender freedom generally reevaluates the authenticity of the individual. So beauty celebrates diversity and uniqueness, so pushing each individual to express the self-narrative. So let's listen to the market recommendations with Eleonora Mazzilli, our sales and marketing manager in US.
Totally. When we see the market opportunities, we see this trend really well reflected, and we show that there can be no need to gender label products, as consumer will recognize their individual beauty needs based on the claim. This movement also invites us to promote a very inclusive approach by naturally including non-binary people in our teams and communication, avoiding overly stereotyped non-binary representations, and also encouraging to be sensitive in how to address the individual customers and respect their preferred pronouns. So totally, this is very well reflected also in the market opportunities. So we can now jump into our next trend, Fernanda.
Yeah, absolutely. So the next lifestyle shift is holistic health. Nurturing mind and body is where science meets ancestral rituals. So healthy aging and psychological self-care. Well-being beauty rituals and related products not only nourish the skin, but also contribute to psychological balance. So the definition of beauty continues to expand further into health and psychology. And again, here, according to a survey among 29 potential sources of happiness measured, people across the world are most likely to derive the greatest happiness from health, physical well-being, meaning 55%. So demonstrating that physical and psychological well-being are intimately linked. As the world goes through a volley of unprecedented, crises, from climate emergencies to pandemics, political tensions, and economic turmoil, pathologies linked to stress and sleeping disorders are on the rise. So this is really, really, on the spotlight right now. So here, the quest for happiness becomes a major aspect of holistic long-term health, as well as wellness and beauty. So ways to address psychological well-being include holistic rituals and products inspired by, like, for example, MediSpa, clinical treatments, that are customizable to suit individual needs based on consumer data. So this can be realized through a savvy mix of modern science and ancestral cures like acupuncture and TCM, which have been, have proven the efficacy for over a millennia. And while the color categories have often been viewed as non-essential, recent times have shown that makeup, hair color, and manicure contributes to psychological well-being, as they constitute a form of self-care. This is really very true. I think it's Eleonora, what do you think? I think it's is really key. So
absolutely, and we see this reflected also in the market opportunities. So if we look through this holistic lens, we can really expect first of all the supplements market to benefit from this movement. We see offering online coaching programs and apps that can unfold this full potential of this market of the beauty and health supplements, by also combining the best of both worlds in this, like you were saying, Fernanda. So modern science and alternative medicine to really offer made-to-measure solutions. Last but not least, we also see an opportunity in create treatments which regulate oxytocin and endorphin levels. So there's a huge potential to grow as well for this trend. I leave it to you, Fernanda, for our last trend.
Okay, thanks, Eleonora. So let's go to our last trend, but last but not least. So intersectional individuals, multi-layered consumers. These intersectional individuals is full of multi-layered consumers, but next is all about the next level inclusivity. So diversity of needs, hyper personalization. So intersectional intersectional beauty is based on the concept that each consumer has a multitude of diverse needs that layer one on top of the other. So similar to a busy intersection on the highway. So I love this example. And this leads to the challenge that there are almost as many consumer targets as they are individuals. So this is huge. So today, defining individuals solely through their genetic or cultural origins is not sufficient anymore. So consumers expect to be addressed on a more personal level, while taking into account the many facets of cultural, geographical, spiritual, societal, and genetic influences. So the mixed race population will continue to increase over the next decade. And therefore, consumers' physical types will become even more varied and unique. So add to that other factors like age, climate, culture, belief, and special needs, and you get a myriad of possible combinations which can no longer be addressed through simplistic consumer targeting. And while ethnic, body shape, and gender inclusion are already becoming baseline in the beauty industry and are often addressed all at once, all together, these other territories offer like great potential as well. So, and if you take like a team that lives and breathes like the society it targets will be culturally sensitive to successfully address consumers who look for authenticity and transparency. So it's important to consider when possible to reflect the diversity in our society within the product development and marketing teams themselves. So overall, society is evolving towards a complex, specific attributes that have to be targeted through a systematic, individualized basis rather than generalized groupings. So as we see artificial intelligence becoming more sophisticated, it will be key for analysis, but it's the human element that will still ultimately give soul to the brand and attract consumers. So Eleonora, please go ahead with these market recommendations.
Absolutely. Well, by looking at the recommendation here, we see a big focus on personalization, as you said, Fernanda. So in order to create personalized products, this movement really promotes holistic diagnosis tools and services which can take into account the lifestyle, the environment, and the different skin types worldwide, and extending this inclusive product services offerings towards even hyper segments like 80 plus or special needs and other areas which we might not be addressing yet. Last but not least, we see an opportunity for developing products and formulation which are factoring in local weather, season, hair, and water quality, with a specific focus on the texture adaptations as well. And also to think of wellness and lifestyle coaching programs which are created for high age and or special needs. So once again, this really hyper personalized approach.
Yeah, absolutely. High age also can be really linked to our Stop Age Anxiety. So please join the movement. So as our journey is coming to an end, to recap as a final message, the common theme among the macro trends of the next 5 years remains the need for the cosmetic industry to pander to the search for authenticity and free self-expression. So through the universal barrier-free language of cosmetics. So, okay, now we can go back on video. And I'll leave my last slide here with our emails. And I would like to thanks everyone to be listening to us today. And, a special thanks to Denise and Jessica for having us as your guests. And a special thanks to Cosmoprof Worldwide Bologna to trust our expertise and giving us the opportunity to bring new ideas and, that became the iconic projects to the industry. Hope to see you at Cosmoprof Worldwide Bologna, Italy in 2023.
Thanks everyone again. Also, sorry Denise, from my end as well. It was a great pleasure to be here to share this journey to the future view of trends with you. So in case you would like to know more, you saw our emails there in the previous slide, which are Eleonora and Fernanda at beautystreams.com, or you can visit our website, and you can always feel free to reach out to us for more information. So thanks again. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, ladies, for coming and presenting that great information. We'll also encourage our audience to go to the Cosmoprof Bologna website, and you can see some of the presentations in the Cosmo Talks. And as we say goodbye to you, we are going to continue on screen and take you through some of the actual products and trends that we saw as we walked the floor at Cosmoprof Bologna. So we'll say goodbye to you, ladies. Thank you. And we're going to continue on. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Denise, we get to jump into some of the things that we saw at Cosmoprof. You specifically walked the floor. It was 5 straight days. I don't even know how many halls at this point, and really collected some different exciting things that you saw. And that's what we're going to share right now. Some of the trends right there on the floor happening today in 2022, and obviously moving into 2023.
I saw a lot of exciting things, and I'll actually do a little bit of show and tell here. This was a brand. It's actually from Canada. It's quite interesting in that all of the packaging is paper. And this is a particular product that is a dry oil, and it has a push-up on the bottom. So when you actually push it up, the dry oil product will come out. And this solid format was all the rage on the floor. So besides this particular type of a product, they also obviously had it in bar form. They had conditioning products for the hair and so forth. So one of the trends had to do with packaging as well as this stick waterless format.
Yeah, I'm loving that packaging. So that kind of bright, bold plays a little bit into Beauty Streams Joyology, but everything about that product that you just held up, Altitude, they are clean, and that packaging was all paper-based. Is that right?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And that was a big trend at Cosmoprof, this bright, bold color, moving away from even product that is green and clean, kind of breaking free of just having green packaging or a neutral brown packaging. Color was everywhere. Bold, bright colors.
Yeah, and I love the boldness, right? Because we've seen color for a while, but it's been a bit of the muted pastel, even solid, right? I'm thinking like the solid light greens and light blues that we've been seeing, but this kind of patterned brightness, it's really, really exciting to see.
And then another product, these are waterless products as well. This is from a company in Korea called Tune 28. And this is a shampoo and a conditioning bar that is a solid format. So that was rather interesting. And then Shake Up Cosmetics. This was far and away one of my favorite products at the show. It was super fun. This is a clay mask and a clay product that goes on as a stick. So that was amazing, as was a daily moisturizer that is great even for men, women, but you don't have to touch it. So when you put it on, you can just roll it on and go about your day. So you don't have to put fingers in products or anything else. So that was an interesting one.
Right. And those, that stick format, that solid format, it makes it so easy to travel, to move around for those of us that, we work from home some of the times, we're traveling to different cities, doing other business. You have this ability to throw it in, not worry about it leaking. I really like, Denise, when you were showing me this, what I really love is there is a very unisex feel to this. It doesn't feel like it's targeted towards one specific gender or situation, which, going back to beauty streams trends, really does play into that. And I love this. I love the format.
I do as well. And I think it's quite unique. Also, the product itself is very creamy. So not only is the application easy to travel with, you don't have to put your fingers in things. The product is actually very, very good, very creamy, very easy to use. So really love this brand.
Shake Up Cosmetics. And I think these ones are based out of the UK, correct?
They are. They're based out of the UK. They have a lot of other products as well. So I've just kind of highlighted two, but they have many products. Would encourage people to go look them up on the website.
Yeah.
Also talking about kind of travel and sustainability, oral care is another big one. And this is a brand that was out of Italy. It is called Silver Care. These are toothbrushes, but they have removable heads. So you don't have to continue to throw away your toothbrushes all the time. You can actually just have the reusable head pop in. And it's got silver in it. So it helps with bacteria and so forth.
Right. And I mean, obviously what we know about silver, right, is it's that kind of natural antimicrobial, antibiotic or anti-germ type of ingredient. So that's exciting to see that in a brush. Love the idea of the brush head obviously being disposable and small. So really playing in, again, the sustainability, but in a different way, right? Trying to find a different way to go about this.
Yeah. And then also talking about travel and convenience, this was a brand out of Poland that everything was powder oriented. So these are makeups, but not only was the foundation powder oriented, every product in the line is made from powder. So again, super easy to travel with.
And so these were the ones you can actually build upon, right? So you can blend up. So you've got your powder, you've got your foundation, you've got your primers, you've got highlighters and bronzers, all that are powder based, but that you can blend and build upon.
Yeah, for sure. And then the other trend that we saw was this skinification of nails. So various products that had seaweed, that had collagen, that were a mask for nails. So all kinds of ingredients and formats to take what we're seeing in skincare in the form of ingredients and or product formats like a nail mask that you actually put on and go to bed with. So the skinification of nails is great. We actually wrote about this trend for Nails Magazine as well as for Modern Salon. So that was a nice trend to see from a nail perspective.
And it makes total sense, right? Because our hands show aging so quickly. So from a consumer standpoint, really, as they are now adapting a hair routine, a skincare routine, and it makes sense that the evolution moves to hands and nails. But absolutely love seeing some amazing ingredients inside nail products, nail care, and hand products. It's pretty exciting.
And speaking of skincare, of course, Comfort Zone from Parma, Italy, had a gorgeous display at Cosmoprof. This was one of the products I picked up for multiple reasons. Some of the ingredients actually come from their scientific garden that is on property. So that was rather exciting. But check out this packaging. It comes apart. It's reusable and sustainable and refillable.
So you'll actually replace the cartridge. So you keep the pump, you keep the outer bottle, but the cartridge is what would change out. Love.
Correct. So this was just an awesome format. It's beautiful on the counter and sustainability. And then really the last thing that I saw had to do with blondes, which, hey, you and I are good with that.
It's handmade for us.
That's right. This was a product that was nominated for one of the top awards. And this is for blondes. It's a treatment product. Again, the company is based out of Italy, and they were nominated for one of the top products being displayed as a new product this year. And when talking to them, they said they basically took the time during COVID, which was kind of a downtime for their lab, and spent that entire time really formulating this product to deliver really great benefits for blondes, pre and post color. So that was very interesting. And then they also make a range of products in the purple category, again, to help with blondes. So blonding was obviously a big trend that we saw, and all the products to support blondes.
Yeah, I'm wondering if, it's a combination, right, of people being at home for a couple of years without their hairstylist, so figuring out how they're going to maintain their blonde. And then the second, right, of, if you're not outside as often, or you're not getting the, that sun exposure that potentially lightens hair, as we see. So I wonder if that's where some of that consumer demand is coming from. And then, of course, because of that, we get the really cool innovation. We get really cool new engineering within the product to highlight that this new aspect. So look, I always love a good blonde product. I think too, Denise, what we should do is make sure that we link all of these different brands on our LinkedIn pages. So people, as they're listening, if they want to go and check them out themselves, they can go find them as well.
Yeah. Last had to do with, again, that bright packaging. There was Paul Rivera that we've reported on. I don't have any of their packaging with me, but they're worth looking up online. They had an amazing amount of color and design in their packaging, which was also in Cosmotalk's trends about color and design in your product. And they had a really great topic on, if you are selling your brand online predominantly, what package colors and so forth resonate with looking good on screen versus looking good on shelf, and some of the trade-offs that you may make if you're predominantly a D2C brand versus an on-shelf brand, and the psychology and dynamics behind color and where you plan on selling your product.
Makes total sense. And I love the idea of being thoughtful about, if the brand is going to be on shelf, how do we design for that? And online, how do we design? And then obviously you never want two forms of packaging, but where can you meet in the middle, or where can you really understand the best option for maximizing whatever your goal may be? And packaging, look, it's the same thing with food, right? We eat with our eyes first. So packaging, we see that first, and falling in love with packaging, it is really important.
So kind of in wrapping this up, when I look at those 5 days at Cosmoprof, I was really, really impressed with the attendance. There were a lot of people there this year. And I know many of the Americans either couldn't or wouldn't come this year because they had other commitments or chose to do something else during that time. But it was a very, very busy show. The booths themselves were packed. People were so excited to get together and being able to display and share their products again. So that was a really big benefit on my end, to be able to go and spend time there with the vendors, with the other participants. And you can feel the energy really swelling in beauty. And people were hugging, and trade shows sometimes can be daunting. And this year people were putting the daunting part of it aside and really embracing each other and hugging and being excited to be together once again. So it was really meaningful.
I am so excited. I'm looking forward to Cosmoprof North America for that same reason, right? We all get together next month in Las Vegas, but really it's about coming together again, and that energy, the excitement. And look, it's great that we can do so much remote, but being able to have the interactions, the inspiration, and really keep progressing this industry forward is going to be something I'm looking forward to for sure.
So that is our sign off. We do really look forward to seeing everybody at Cosmoprof North America. That's where we will be next, and seeing where these trends really go next. Beauty Streams will be there. We will be there along with many of you, and we'd love to meet up with you. So if you want to catch up for a cup of coffee or a cocktail or just a chat, we would love to see you there. And we love reporting on these trends. You can go to our website, which is Buzz Beauty with an E, to read some of the information about the trends and so forth at Cosmoprof. And we look forward to seeing you soon, wherever you may be.